Wednesday, the 22nd of February. This is your Frontier Opening Bell. Welcome everyone to the show. I am boosting them off straight to our market streets. Yesterday, Geregu Power PLC completed that off the floor 125 million shares deal with African Bank's investment subsidiary, the FEDA. That was roughly $670 million US dollars. In local currency, that's about 12.5 billion in Naira terms. That was a major transaction yesterday, accounting for about 80% in total market value of the total trading day value for Tuesday on the Nigerian bourse. So the deal is done. African Bank FEDA is now 5% minority shareholder in Geregu Power PLC, the only power generation company listed on the Nigerian exchange. That was the big story. However, the market went down if you consider how investors booked profit on banks such as Access Core and a few other companies on the counter. Let's see what today brings, by the way, as Nigeria continues to count down the final days to the country's general elections on Saturday, the 25th. Today, of course, also the Supreme Court will be hearing the case between the central bank and a few other governors, asking the financial regulator to step back on the deadline set for the change of old Naira notes to new ones, 200, 500, and 1,000. Let's keep all that in mind. The BRVM up by 22 basis points. The Egyptian stock market Tuesday was better by 1.34%. Quite a very big day. Comeback, 17,039. The Nairobi market up by just 1 basis point, just a notch above around the 127.12. Then you've got the Johannesburg stock market, the GSC, sinking further below 80, then below 79 to 78, 811 by 1.26%. Take it down, look at the East Africa top stories as we get you to familiarize what's today. The Ethiopia and the World Bank put signs on MOUs about $140 million biocarbon fuel deal to cut emissions. Ethiopia and China has also signed a deal for economic cooperation. That was conducted on Monday at the start of the week. Ethiopia is warming up very strongly to Beijing as far as economic cooperation, bilateral trade, and development is concerned. The World Bank cloud rises as China cuts Kenya's loans. Kenya is looking for ways around its debt. Now, the World Bank seems to be making headway because China cuts Kenya's loans. The loans that's coming from Beijing because Kenya hasn't really made good on those deals. Netflix has lowered its monthly subscription by 37% in Kenya and across sub-Saharan Africa. And that's good news for those who are getting the latest movies and series and all of that on Netflix. And Moody's yesterday released new reports across a number of African economies, which includes Nigeria, South Africa. Then you've got Morocco and Egypt, as well as West Africa's monetary union, French-speaking West Africa. All of that are in the news right now as we speak. Let's take that straight to the West Africa, where Nigeria is still trying to wrap its head around the whole new Naira notes. The whole queue is still out there with the full scarcity. We're all running down towards the election on Saturday. In the meantime, the country's FX reserves dipped by about $427 million in between January and February. We're now holding about $36.79 billion in total currency reserves. Central Bank will today conduct its primary market auction and selling about 263 billion Naira in 3 dated papers. And Fitch Ratings yesterday cut Ghana to restrictive default after Ghana missed about $40.6 million in coupon payment on some of its Eurobonds maturing in the year 2026. And EFDB and Japan have signed notes for $350 million private sector assistance, while Bloomfield Investment Corporation has affirmed A- rating of Bank of Africa of Senegal. So let me take that straight to Southern Africa. Today is the big day. We're listening to Enoch Godongwana later today for his budget speech. And headlining that, of course, is Eskom's 420 billion debt. Sasol is declaring about 7 rand per share cash dividend, interim cash dividend at half year of the company. That's good news for investors. Anglo American Platinum says it's posted a 94% decline in production last year, while Kumba Iron Ore is engaging the government in South Africa on the urgent fix for Transnet as profits tumble because of the problem with Transnet's workers on the rail line that Transnet operates all the way for exports in South Africa. The AFDB president, Dr. Kumi Adesina, and other top names are arriving already in Zimbabwe for tomorrow's major discussion on the country's debt strategy. That is taking place tomorrow, the 23rd. And finally, in North Africa, let's look at this for you. The country around Saudi and Emirati investors are expressing their desire to invest in Egyptian markets, while Egypt has approved the lifting of taxes on imported mobile phone compartments into the country, try to raise a bit of the country's revenue there, and of course allowing things to happen more locally. Africa-based CrossSwitch has bought 50% of Morocco's fintech company by the name Vantage, while Mahawk Telecom, listed on the Casablanca Stock Exchange, says its revenue dipped slightly 0.5% in December last year, despite the contributions of its subsidiaries across the African continent, in the main within the northern region and the Sahel part of the continent. And that's your Frontier Opening Bell this Wednesday. Let's keep it there. I'll see you next time, everyone. Have a great day, and bye for now.